I should have seen the warning signs. I suppose in hindsight, they were all there, subtle at first, then blaring like sirens. But when you're in love, or at least when you think you are, you ignore them. You make excuses. You tell yourself that jealousy is just a sign of passion, that paranoia is just attentiveness, and that obsession is just love taken to the extreme. I learned the hard way that obsession and love are not the same thing. Not even close. Her name was Anna. We met in college. She was beautiful, sharp-witted, and had this intensity about her that was both captivating and unsettling. She made me feel special, like I was the center of her universe. And for a while, it was thrilling. Until it wasn't. Things started small. She wanted to know where I was all the time, which I brushed off as endearing at first. Then she started showing up at places unexpectedly. First at my dorm, then at my work, then even at my family's house. She always had excuses. I was in the neighborhood. I just missed you so much. I had a feeling you needed me. When I broke up with her after a year of dating, she cried. Then she begged. Then she got angry. She threatened to hurt herself if I left. I stayed a little longer, out of guilt, but eventually I had to cut her off completely. I changed my number, blocked her on everything, and even transferred to another school for my final year. For a while, it seemed like it worked. Then the notes started appearing. At first, I thought they were pranks. A sticky note on my car windshield. I miss you. A crumpled paper slipped into my mailbox. Why did you leave me? The handwriting was hers, small, neat, but jagged, as if written with a trembling hand. I moved again, this time to a small apartment across town. It was a fresh start. I made new friends, started dating again, and for a few months, I thought I was safe. Until I came home one evening and found my front door unlocked. Nothing was stolen, nothing was broken, but something was off. My pillows were rearranged. My closet door, which I always kept shut, was slightly ajar. And then I saw it, a single photograph taped to my bathroom mirror. It was a picture of me, sleeping. I barely slept that night. I told myself it had to be a coincidence, maybe an old roommate messing with me. But deep down, I knew. Anna had found me. I called the police, but there wasn't much they could do. No signs of forced entry. No concrete proof. Maybe you left your door unlocked, they suggested. Maybe a friend left the picture as a joke. I knew it wasn't a joke. The next night, I installed extra locks. I set up a camera. I didn't tell anyone what was happening. I didn't want to seem paranoid. But I didn't feel safe. Every shadow in my apartment felt too long. Every creak in the floor sounded like a footstep. Then one night, I woke up to the sound of my bedroom door creaking open. I froze. My breath caught in my throat. The room was dark, but I could see the outline of a figure standing in the doorway. For a moment, there was silence, then a whisper. You look so peaceful when you sleep. I lunged for my phone and turned on the flashlight, but by the time I illuminated the room, she was gone. The door was wide open, the cold night air seeping in, the locks were still in place, no broken windows, nothing. I checked the security camera footage. There she was. At 3:12 a.m., she appeared in the corner of the frame, stepping into my bedroom. But then something else caught my eye. At 3:15 a.m., she was still in my bedroom. But at 3:16 a.m., she was outside on the street. She hadn't left. There were two of her. I didn't sleep after that. I packed my things and left town the next morning. I changed my name, my job, everything about my life. I moved across the country, far from anyone who knew me. It's been 5 years now. I don't know if she's still looking for me. I don't know if I escaped. But sometimes when I walk home at night, I get the sense that I'm being watched. And every so often, I'll find a note slipped under my door. The handwriting is always the same. You can't hide forever. Last week, I received an email from an unknown sender. The subject line was blank. The message itself was only one sentence. I finally found you. I froze. My stomach twisted into knots. I hadn't used my real name for anything in years. I had taken every precaution. How did she find me? Who helped her? Then the power in my apartment flickered. At first, I thought it was just a normal outage. But when I turned to check the main breaker, I noticed something on my kitchen table. My old college ID. The one I had thrown away years ago. My breath came in short gasps. She had been inside. Again. That night, I slept with a knife under my pillow. But sleep barely came. Every noise sent a jolt of adrenaline through my system. I knew I couldn't stay there. I needed to move again. But where? How far would I have to go this time? The next morning, I packed a small bag and booked a flight to another country, somewhere she'd never think to look. At least, that's what I told myself. But as I boarded the plane, I felt the weight of a gaze on me. I turned, scanning the crowd. No sign of her. And yet, deep inside, I knew the truth. She was still out there. Still watching, still waiting.